Peace. Good morning, family. How you doing? It's Mr. R2 here at Consistency is Currency, your morning podcast of choice. It is, let me check the date, August the 12th. It is a Friday. For those who live by the week, you are prepared for the weekend. So it is Friday. You have made it to this day of the week. If this is your favorite day of the week, then so be it. But I definitely want to hear, how was your week? I pray that your week have been a successful week for you. In general, peace. Good morning, Miss Selena. Have been a very successful week, but if it wasn't, let's help you get there. Let's close out your Friday a lot stronger than what your Monday was. However you see your Monday, Friday does not have to be like your Monday. Friday does not have to end like your Monday did. Friday could be the beginning of a weekend that you will go out and you will woosah and you will let everything go. So, good morning to you. All right, like always, we start in gratitude. We start with thanks because I want to give thanks to you because you don't have to be here 7:30 in the morning. For some, it's a hard task. It's a task itself. But for me, it's a normal way of life. It's something I got used to being in the military, and it just carried over. But just doing something for somebody else, to me, it just makes it feel that much better, and it feels good. Peace. Good morning, Miss Brand. Yeah, I know we've been in this like 3-point series when we were talking about the withdrawer, the people that withdraw, that take from you, that do not give you anything, that have nothing good for you except to walk around with their withdrawal slips. And then you have the depositor. The depositor is someone who pours into you, who is not there to take away the who that you are, but they want to enhance and to grow the person that you are or the person that you're going to become. So that's the depositor, someone who deposits into your life. And I know that the next one was supposed to be the transfer, the person that transfer, whether it's good energy, bad energy, but whatever it is, that you must acknowledge what it is. But I don't want to go into that. I wanted to do a little bit different because for me, I have to feel it in order for me to really just want to do something with it. Peace. Good morning, Ma. I have to do something with it. But today I just wanted to take that and to expand it and to give you something different. It is a transference in what we're going to be talking about, but I think you're going to understand the transformation that we're going to go into and walk down these 4 steps. So as you can see, today we're talking about seek victory. So what I want you to do is take this live and go ahead and share it, because there are people out there that are seeking victory. And oftentimes, in order for them to seek victory, they're looking for it in all the wrong places, and they're looking at it from a perspective that they could have looked at it from a different light. So, seek victory. Now, as I begin to develop this conversation with myself, and you have people that say, oh, I want to be successful, or I want to accomplish this and stuff like that. But I want to tell you something. You will not be successful until you have victory. I'm going to say that again. You will not reach a level of success until you reach a level of victory. And as I go and continue through what we're going to be talking and what we're going to be discussing, I'm going to come back to that. And then you're going to see like, oh man, I see that. I mean, I don't care if the word success comes before the word victory alphabetically, but when you understand the nature of victory and how it must be achieved before you ever become successful, then you're going to understand that victory is something that I must possess on the inside of me. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump 2 feet. We're going to jump 2 feet in seeking victory. So if victory is what you seek, then I want you to put victory inside the chat, because victory is only going to be sought after by someone who knows the reason why, and someone who is in position, or someone who understands that if I am going to go in this direction, I must have victory. I must have victory within myself. I must have victory over myself. I must have victory around me if I'm ever going to get to a particular point or a particular destination. Stop seeking success until you have sought victory. So let's jump. I'm ready. I know you're ready. If you're not, too bad. You're going to get it. You're going to get this work anyway. All right. So for those that may be new to the platform, you're going to get definitions of the words, and you're going to get the inversion, whether it's red over white or white over red. When I say red over white, I want you to just look at the red words. If I say white over red, I just want you to look at the words that are in white. Then you're going to get the etymology of it, which is the origin, which is where the word originated and where it came from, what dialect. So let's go ahead and jump with the word victory. Victory, it says, the achievement of mastery or success in a struggle or endeavor against odds or difficulties. As you can see, within the definition itself has the word success. That means you cannot achieve success until you have achieved victory. Because in the definition of the word success is not the word victory. But within the word the definition of the word victory, there is success. If you don't have it, you're going to get it real soon. So now the inversion on this is white over red. Achievement of mastery against odds or difficulties. Achievement of mastery against odds or difficulties. It's the achievement. That means you have accomplished it. That means, oh, I don't know anything about how to start this business, and I'm going to go ahead and start to do the research. And now I'm doing the research. I have become a master in the thing that I did not know because I didn't know it. So therefore, I was not victorious in accomplishing that thing, but I have achieved it. Now it's no longer difficult to me. Now I can become successful, because I have achieved the mastery of that thing that was unfamiliar to me, or I did not know. So again, the definition of victory, it says achievement of mastery or success in a struggle or endeavor against odds or difficulties. The inversion is achievement of mastery against odds or difficulties. So now I want you to personalize this again. I want you to put your name up front. Blank achievements of mastery against odds or difficulties. I'll do it for you. Ronnie's achievement of mastery against odds or difficulties. When I tell you to personalize it, I want you to claim it, because a lot of times it's just like somebody calling if you were standing next to me and your name was John and I call you Peter, you're not going to pay attention to me because you don't identify with the name that I'm calling you. So therefore, you're not going to identify with that's being said to you. But if you are identified by your name, you are paying attention and you're going to claim it, because the name that was given to you is now been said out loud and you're paying attention. So when you claim victory, you have to put your name on it. Ronnie's achievements of mastery against odds or difficulties. It feels different because you've put your name on it. It's just like you that type of person that put your name on a cup and you put it inside the refrigerator, or you put it in the break room, whatever it is. You hope nobody touch your cup because you claimed it. You put your name on it. How come you haven't claimed your victory that way? It's simple for you to do, But you have to understand there has to be some sort of achievement by who seeks the achievement, by you. So now the second definition of victory is overcoming or winning in a competition or struggle over an opponent or difficult problems. The inversion on this is the inversion on this is white over red. Overcoming or winning in a struggle over difficult problems. Overcoming or winning in a struggle over difficult problems. So now let's personalize this. Overcoming or winning in a struggle over difficult problems is now, put your name in it. Ronnie's overcoming or winning in a struggle over difficult problems in Ronnie's life. You put your name into it because you have overcome it and you're winning. So putting those words in front of your name puts emphasis on what just happened. Overcoming or winning in a struggle over difficult problems in Ronnie's life. Overcoming or winning in a struggle or difficulty problems towards Ronnie, with Ronnie. Whatever it is, you have to gain and hold on to the thing that you're accomplishing because you're seeking victory. You're looking for the good stuff. You're looking for the lessons that you learn, and you're not looking for the problems because it's too easy for us to say, this is not working. Instead of you looking and seeking the victory, what is working? What have I accomplished? What have I done? I rather empower you with your gifts instead of penalize you for the things that you don't know. Instead of penalize you for not understanding the things that I understand, because that might not be the way that you see things. That might not be your calling. So you're not going to be the type of person that's going to see the strengths in it. You're going to look at the shortcomings. But if I empower your strengths, that means you're seeking victory in the good that there is, instead of looking at the bad or looking at the stuff that don't happen, because you seek with the intent of being victorious by sight instead of being victimized by the things that you don't know. Overcoming or winning in a struggle over difficult problems. That's an accomplishment. That's something that you've done. You sought out the victory. Now let's look at the etymology of it, right? The origin. Latin, vincere. If that ain't how you say it, cool, whatever. Put it in the chat. And it says to overcome, conquer. What have you overcome? What is that thing that you've conquered? Because remember, seek victory. So when I say, what have you conquered? Seek victory. What are the things that you've conquered? You've conquered alcoholism. You've conquered drugs. You've conquered pornography. You've conquered fear. You've conquered heights. Whatever it is, because you seek the victory, I can claim the things that I have conquered. I am not victimizing the things that I am not as strong in, but I am empowering the strengths that I do have, but I am not neglecting the things that I know that I can do better, but I am empowering the things that I do know that I possess that I have defeated. Because I seek victory. So let's take this deep dive. All right. So for some that you may have prior service, you may have been in the military, or you may have been ROTC, whatever. So there's a cadence that we used to say. Um, I'm sure some that know it still do it. Some you were either out there singing cadence or you was the one in formation running, whether you was making it or you was struggling. That's between you and your endurance. So there was a cadence that I was infantry, so we sung a lot of cadence. Um, there was a cadence that you spelled the word victory, and we'll be like victory, and then after that it says victory, victory till I die, and then you repeat that victory. Victory is my battle cry. And we would say this cadence as we run, and that just gave you energy. It gave you power over the pain that you might have had because you might have want to quit. But when you hear that cadence being repeated, that becomes your battle cry. That becomes your strength in that moment to hear it again, to say victory, and you're pushing yourself and you're running up these hills and you're running through obstacles, and this cadence is what keeps you going. This cadence is what empowers you. This cadence is what is telling you that today is not your day to quit. Today is not your day to fall out. You don't want to get inside the truck, because everybody who got inside the truck were the people who quit. Everybody who fell out on the side, that's it for you. You got to get inside the truck. Your day is you done. But you're hearing this cadence echoed as you're running. victory is spelling it out to you, because you have to understand what you seek you can find, but are you willing to find it? Because you have to find it inside of you in order for you to be empowered, in order for you to push yourself in a direction that is progressive, because today is not your day to quit. You got to say it to yourself, victory, victory, victory until I die, because I am not going to stop today. Today is not my day to fall out. Today is not my day to quit. And in this deep dive, I want you to begin to walk through these corridors that I'm about to take you through, because the very first person that you fall into is the victim. Everybody's been here at one point in time. Victim has the same beginning as victory, VIC. But I want you to see. I want you to seek victory. You cannot seek victory without have become or without have been a victim. And because I was a victim at one point of time, or because I was in that position, or because I understood that position of being a victim, it allows me to begin to seek the things that I seek. I seek victory. Everybody understands what a victim does. Everybody can see by sight who a victim is. But when are you going to see the things that you have accomplished? When are you going to seek the things that you have that is great about you, instead of allowing someone to pour the bad things that's inside of you, pour it out and put it on display? That is not something that needs to be displayed. What have you conquered, and what it is that you're going to do about it now? What is your response? If I'm stepping on toes, I don't care. Maybe it's what you need to do in order for you to feel different. The victim is not an easy place. The victim is not an easy person. The victim is not an easy situation. The victim is not a simple circumstance, because the victim has to acknowledge where they are in order for them to come out from whence they came. So as the victim, a lot of times the victim could be a self-inflicted position. The victim could have possibly put themselves in this position because they didn't look at the good things that they have within inside of them. So as you understand the where that you are, and you are focusing and you're seeking the who that you are in order for you to take yourself in a direction that is going to take you out of victimville. Some of y'all live in victimville. It feels good in victimville because everybody feels the pain. Everybody is saying, "Oh, I was a victim too." I don't want to be like you. You can stay in victimville all yourself. You can go get you a passport to victimville. I don't want a passport to victimville. You can live in victimville next to your pain and next door to circumstance, next door to trouble. I don't want to stay next to trouble. So now as you begin to transfer, you transfer into the victor. The victor is a person who defeats an enemy or opponent in a battle, game, or any other competition. Because being the victor allows you to claim the lessons that you learn. Being the victor is possessive, right? Because who is the victor? The victor is a person. That's just like if I'm calling your name and your name is John and I scream out Timothy, John is not going to turn around because John is not claimed by name. But being the victor is the claiming of what you have just got or came out of. I am the victor. You possess it. The victor is something that you can see the who that you are. Because the victor has to have a vision. Because they can look in the rear view, but they don't have to turn around just to know where they came from. The victor is someone who also choose being resilient in spite of the obstacles. Because now you have the ability to have the expectations of rising above your situations. Because you can claim the who that you are, and you can also claim where you came from, just like you can claim where you're going. And when you're doing it, you're making decisions that allows you to no longer stay stuck as the victim, because you can identify where it is that you are by understanding where you came from. Again, we're not trying to live in victimville. We're not trying to stay in that space of doubt or that place of doubt. We're moving on and we're moving forward. So after you have transitioned from victim to victor, you have to understand that now it's time for you to become victorious. Again, victim starts just like victor starts just like victorious. But just because you started with the VIC, that doesn't mean that you have to end with becoming a victim. You can change it by how it or after you see it. That's dope, right? VIC. You can change it after you have seen where you are. Seek. Oh man, that's like it kind of spelled itself out. VIC, and we're talking about seeking victory. You won't get to victory until you change how you see it. If you ain't share this, you selfish. I don't have no other word for you. You selfish. So now, what is a victorious person? How do you go from being a victim to a victor? Because I've claimed my strengths. How do you transition from being a victor to victorious? That means because I've learned my lesson. Because being victorious begins with a decision that was achieved through a daily commitment. Are you committed to the decision that you've made? Because the victor is the you, victorious is what you do. Because now the achieved daily commitment is something that could be repeated over and over and over again. That is learning of the lessons in order for you to have the ability to move that mountain, in order for you to defeat the victim mentality. I am victorious. I can repeat that process over and over and over again. Man, how do you do that? I'm just a victorious person. I'm no longer want to stay within the guidelines of what a victim is, because I am seeking victory, because I've changed how I saw it and I am changing how I see it. And after you have begun the process of being victorious in what you do and being victorious in your decision making process, then you begin the transition to what? The totality of it all, which is victory. Victory. Don't forget your why. You knew, or you know what it feels like to be the victim. But until you see it different, you will always and could possibly continue to live in victimville until you have become the victor, claiming it, until you have be, until you have become victorious. That means you've learned your lesson and you can repeat that process over and over again. Now, with you having victory, that means you have overcome the totality of it all. Why? Because you seek victory. You don't seek, no one seeks out to be the victim. But what if you seek victory? What if that's something that you look for? Do you know how many gifts that you possibly have when you seek victory in learning more about yourself? Because remember, the key to life is in your discovery. That's the key to life, is your discovery. What can you learn about you that will teach you more about you, that puts you in the place to learn more about the victories that you have? I rather you seek victory before you become successful. Because if you don't seek victory and you're in a place of success, you're not going to stay there long, because you were still doing the same thing that you did when you didn't learn the lesson, when it was apparent to you. You want to be successful, but you still haven't had victory over procrastination. You want to be successful, but you still haven't had victory over getting up in the morning. You want to be successful, but you still don't possess the victory of actually uh, um, um, of conquering the fears that you've had in the past. You want to be successful, but you haven't become victorious over forgiveness. You would never be successful until you understand that you have to seek victory. All these people talking about they want to be successful, but you haven't begun the process of winning over your fears. Victory comes before success. There's no other way to put it. That's how I see it. I'd rather be victorious over my shortcomings because that makes success that much more sweeter because I am victorious over my situations and circumstances. That means when I see that wall, I know how to either hurdle over it, I know how to go around it, or I know how to break through it. Because now when I come and I fall in this hole or I'm dealing with a particular obstacle, the victorious side of me is going to kick in because that is a lesson that I learned. So that makes my situation that much more sweeter because I've learned what the victim looks like, feels like, smells like, and I know how to identify what the victim is. So when I am successful, I have the ability to go back and to pull somebody else up out of that victim mentality who wanted to live in victimville, but I gave you a new passport to move out of that place and position to go down towards the process of becoming victorious. Hey, y'all seek victory. You're not going to be successful until you seek victory because there are some things that you know that you haven't got over yet. There's some things that you know that you're still struggling with. There's some things that you know that you haven't even opened your eyes, open your mind, open your heart, or open your mouth to defeat. Because after you defeat those things and you become victorious over them, you will gain victory in its totality. And then you have the ability to be successful because you have become victorious over your shortcomings and you have walked and moved out of victimville and you have given yourself a victory pass to go forward. All right, that's it. Hey, today is Friday. Be victorious. Look at the things that you've gone through this week. Gain victory over it. Look at the great things that you learned about yourself this week and gain victory over it. Victory. Victory, victory till you die. Y'all be blessed. I see you Monday, 7:30. It's Mr. R2 right here at Consistency is Currency, your morning podcast of choice. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Peace.